Well, Tim Anderson, you've been waiting for this game, the first major league game in Iowa, in a cornfield. From what you've seen so far, how does the reality match the expectations?
It's definitely dope. To be able to play in the middle of the cornfield, we're part of history. We're doing something that, for the first time that's been doing in a while. So, be able to play a major league game right in the middle of the cornfield is definitely, we're going to try to get these fans a show.
And speaking of dreams, you're one of the pillars of this organization. Signed a 6-year extension after your rookie season. You went through 4 losing seasons, but now the White Sox have the biggest first-place lead in baseball. Is this what you envisioned when you committed to the White Sox?
Yeah, I was all in from the jump. And, for me to be the first one to, start the trend, and the rest of these guys follow along. We got a great group of guys in that clubhouse. And so we just got to keep pushing the envelope and keep having fun. I think we'll take care of business for sure.
Have fun tonight, Tim.
Thank you.
This is incredible. Driving in, you saw pretty much all cornfields coming up, and then you see the stadium plopped in and seeing in the middle of all that. So it's definitely a cool sight, and I'm glad we're able to do it.
Now, Giancarlo, different ballparks have different temptations, right? Short right field porch at Yankee Stadium, Green Monster at Fenway, McCovey Cove in San Francisco. Here we have the corn. How tempting is it to go deep here?
Well, the good thing is there's corn right behind the fence. You don't got to try to hit it, 50 feet over. So it seems like it's flying pretty well, so it should be a good night.
Giancarlo, thanks. Good luck. Kevin, back to you.
Hey, Frank, KB! What was that?
What was what?
That voice just now. What was that?
What? We didn't hear anything.
If you build it, he will come.
Hey, Alex! Is this heaven?
No, loco! This is Iowa, knucklehead!
So, fellas, they built it. Will they come? People will come, Poppy. People most definitely will come. The one constant through all the years has been baseball.
Go the distance.
Poppy, we need to go the distance. Would you play a little catch with me?
Oh, you want to have a catch with me? Hell to the no. You're still a Yankee. I'm a Red Sox. That would never happen, son. See you when I see you.
Good afternoon. "30 years ago, 30, on the other side of that corn, we filmed a movie that stood the test of time. Tonight, thanks to that enduring impact that that little movie had, it's allowed us to come here again. But now, we're on a field that Major League Baseball made. We've come to see the first place White Sox play the mighty Yankees in a field that was once corn. It's perfect. We've kept our promise. Major League Baseball has kept its promise. The dream's still alive. There's probably just one question to answer. Is this heaven? I don't think I heard you. Is this heaven? Yes, it is. This field is for the players. Good luck today.
With a 10.5 game lead. The Yankees right now are on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So these games, as Kenny Rosenthal said to Aaron Boone, 17 and 17 straight days for the Yankees. Every game is big, no matter if it's played in Iowa, the Bronx, or wherever. And these two teams will resume this series after an off day this weekend on the south side of Chicago. Then deals low, and we're underway. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That is shot into left field. Back at the wall. It is gone. And the first home run in MLB history in Iowa belongs to Jose Abreu. A laser over the wall and left, and the White Sox lead 1-0 here in the first.
Strong man, always an RBI machine the last 3-4 years, and if you see the replay on this one, the breaking ball stayed up, and that's where he likes it. Now watch.
1-2 pitch. That is smoked into right and into the corner. Aaron Judge puts the Yankees on top with a 3-run shot here in the third.
Well, he's going to wish he threw him a slider. Try to sneak another piece of cheese past Aaron Judge, and he's another guy that can make a ball look like he's a left-handed hitter to right field.
Two on, two out, and here's one down the right field line. At the wall, it is gone! And right on cue, Jimenez goes the opposite way. A 3-run shot, and the White Sox are back on top. The hottest hitter in the major leagues right now has just made it 5-3 Chicago.
Well, he likes to get extended, and they were trying to go in with a fastball and didn't get it in, and this is what you
used to be joined by the man who just delivered that line, Kevin Costner. Did you ever think 30 years ago that we'd be sitting here watching the Yankees and the White Sox playing a real big league game?
Not really, but it feels just perfect given what that movie was about and the fact that people grabbed on the movie and refused to let go of it.
What do you think it is about that movie? I mean, I can point to that last scene with you and your father playing catch, but there's more to it than that. Kind of the timeless essence of this game, I think, is
I mean, they
prominent.
they played with the joy of things. I mean, the 60s, the little fun with that, and it was a light, fair movie in a sense. But I think what happens is, and we all enjoyed hearing Duke Snider's name, and that's Gil Hodges, and we liked that. But somewhere halfway through the movie, we started to understand that it was maybe about things that Goen said between fathers and sons. And so while it was had this athletic bent, it's like, my God, is that maybe about something about my life? And when men get to the end and just weep, a lot of it's a non-athletic. There's a loss. Here's
a broken bat. To Hopper to Anderson one way.
There's that idea that you want to be right so much you're wrong, and there's mistime. And I think there were people that I saw people, not the cry thing, but that heave thing where they couldn't get enough air and wouldn't even come back out to the party.
Yeah, there's so many things to ask you about this. And as I think of that last scene, as you're playing catch with your father who's walked out of the corn, you think about that connection you have with somebody when you just play catch, whether it's your father, grandfather, your grandma, your mom, your best friend, whatever it is, and nothing needs to be said as Voit flies one into right off the end of the bat and handled by Engel. 2 out. There's just a connection, and you don't even really have to talk.
No, it's like that drive across the country when you're close with somebody. It's just the ball, it's the smell, and you don't have to say a word. You don't have to fill the silence. I felt that yesterday with my son, even though there was a lot of eyes on us. You couldn't call it an intimate moment. But sometimes for us, that was all we had. And when we started throwing it, I felt him throwing it hard, and I started to throw it hard.
And you can still throw. I'm here to tell you, Kevin Costner, who's always been right at the top of the list of actors who athletically can get it done on film, you still have a terrific arm. Here's one foul off to the right.
It felt good. I don't know. You and I grabbed a minute for ourselves too, and out of that minute, we both ended up saying a couple things to each other that we won't even talk about here. But it was like profound. It was profound. It was really that. I was kind of, took my breath away. Sometimes in that unique moment, something gets said, and you go, wow. Interesting.
Did you know what you had when you walked out of here before the movie was released?
No, but I knew that the movie had a chance to be great because it was written well. I mean, I get so much credit for these movies sometimes being the quote unquote star. I mean, the real star. It was Phil Robinson who adapted this book, a non-athlete who made sense to you guys. James Earl Jones, a literary genius, a non-athlete, makes the best speech in the world that none of you guys could make. Mm-hmm. He did it. Mays isn't going to do it, and Ted Williams isn't going to do it. But when he defined that chalkboard, that it was erased, and you guys, you're a Hall of Famer, you go, what he said, it lives forever. I mean, it was like a Spencer Tracy in Inherit the Wind, something like that. It was like a speech, and James was incredible. But what I really feel is that I do get too much credit. I think about my friend, Chuck Gordon and Larry Gordon, who made these giant movies in Hollywood and decided to come make this little movie for $10 and said, no, and we're here every day. Not like, well, we'll see what happens with that movie. We're gonna ride the big horse somewhere, whatever it is, and our name will be there. No, they were there every day, and we've lost Chuck. But, I think I do think of Phil. Phil's a guy who picked that guy who did the music that puts the hair on all of our neck. That was Phil who picked him. So there was these really good choices. And I think probably one of something that's very indicative of this place is Major League Baseball. This is a really good choice.
3 balls and 2 strikes and a grounder foul by Odor with 2 out and nobody on. I mean, to me, you know, you walk in here, we just talked to Garrett Cole about it. I don't care who you are. Aaron Boone, who grew up in this game, Garrett Cole, a veteran, a rookie on the roster, anybody on the White Sox. You walk out of the corn and walk onto this field, it's breathtaking.
This isn't a gimmick game. Today's a tradition. This is almost a tradition. Who doesn't want to play here?
Ground ball to the right side and handled as Odor is now 0 for 2, and Lynn a 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of the 4th inning. Kevin will stay with us. 5-3, Chicago on top.
It took 30 years. And now they are here. The Yankees versus the White Sox on the Field of Dreams. Coverage begins tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern. Live on Fox.
Lit up.
No, it's like when players take a whole season.
Here's Zavala flying one into right. Back at the wall. It is gone.
Wow, this stadium is working perfectly.
2-run shot into right.
If you're a hitter.
And it's 7-3 White Sox here in the 4th. I'm starting to get the sense, John, that this ball carries well out to right.
Yeah, I watched BP, and if it was a normal BP, I would stop watching. So I've always wanted to ask this question to you, Kevin, in a way where it's asked of us. We're done playing. I rarely watched anything I ever did. I'm interested as time goes on and your family gets bigger. Do you take time to watch anything that you've done?
Not unless I'm really asked, and I don't make a whole bunch of comedies. I made some romantic comedies, but a lot of my movies have some adult themes, and so a lot of the movies that my kids watch, they have to get to a certain age before they watch them. But no, I don't find myself doing that. They will drag me in to see what it is. I did make a mistake once, though, with my 3 youngest. One of them, finally, the 12-year-old who was really taking charge, and said, "I want to see that movie." And I said, "What movie?" And she said, "Perfect World." And I go, it's like 12 or 13. No. And then she goes, "I'm going to," and the hands were on the hip like Superman. "I'm going to see that movie." So I finally said, "Okay." And then the next thing, the other 2 pop out and say, "We want to see it too." And she goes, "They want to see it too." So we went down and watched this thing. And I said, "I'm going to put my hands over your eyes." And at the end of the movie, I lose my life. And my youngest son was laying on my chest watching. And when it happened, he was about, 6, because I'd closed his eyes for certain things. But that happened. And when the movie was over, the others walked out. Okay, we saw that. Probably don't have to. He rolled over and started touching my face. And it was code for, that was a movie. He couldn't, and I think I really learned a lot. Maybe people listening go, "Man, what a dummy, you should have known." But the way that my daughter trapped me with the other 2. But it changed me that there are movies that they can't see. And that death of me, and he touching my face, I'll never remember it. Just really making sure. It was who I played catch with, Joe, last night.
That's cool.
2 out, nobody on, and the batter will be DJ LeMahieu. Well, as this inning has 2 outs in it, typically we have to say goodbye so fast that we don't do it justice. But I know you don't want to take credit. There are a lot of people that put together a tremendous movie, but what a moment, what a time here in Iowa for you, whether it was back in the 80s or now here in 2021. Thanks for letting us crash this party.
Well, it wouldn't. You're giving me a good little setup here. I would be remiss not to talk to the actors. Timothy Busfield, who just handed me my performance. With him being outrageous, and James Earl Jones, you just watch and you understand why he's so great. But it was I've talked about the men who helped make this movie, but the actors I haven't got a chance. And Burt Lancaster. I mean, my performance was handed to me. I was comfortable with what I was going to do. I knew what was. I knew it had a chance to be great if we didn't mess it up. And that's simply like, don't let it be something that it's not. It's not a car crash. There's not a fist fight. There's no love scene. It's all going to rest on somebody saying you want to have a catch. And that was our exciting moment.
Yep. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on. And a fly ball right field will be handled by Engel. Well, it's been an honor to get to know you. And thanks for our catch yesterday.
It was a good catch.
That was a good catch.
I'm glad you guys can still play catch, by the way.
Yeah, love to play catch with you, John. Take care. You'd have to take something off it, though.
The great Kevin Costner here in Iowa. Here's a fly ball into center. Back at the track. It is caught. Jimenez, who's got 5 home runs over the last 5 games, almost shot another one out of here.
Aaron Judge.
Here's one down the line off the bat of Gardner. It is gone. Brett Gardner has made this a 3-run ball game as the corn out in right gobbling up some baseballs here tonight. A rocket. And for Gardner, home run number 5 on the year.
And for the Yankees, they're hoping that Gardner can get going because he adds a dimension that's different to their lineup.
Now a 2-2 count. Luke Voigt waits and takes it right down the chute. Struck him out at 100 miles per hour.
At the plate right now would be a tougher issue.
A swing and a miss struck him out, and Kopech does the job here in the 6th.
And Tuesday's storm had such violent winds, it actually snapped off some of the corn. Now, Andy and Adam Ray, they're brothers, they're local farmers who rent the Field of Dreams site to grow the crop. And they had worked toward this day since 2019 with MLB. But when that storm hit 2 days ago, suddenly they had to scramble. What they did was purchase 1,100 metal and fiberglass rods. And what they did with them was zip tie them to each of the damaged stalks to help them get back upright and to make them look beautiful again. They worked until 10:30 that night, then were at it again the following morning. And guys, it just goes to show you the care and the pride that went into this game.
I mean, you feel it everywhere, Kenny, whether you're checking into the hotel or you're walking into the ballpark, or, I mean, everybody you meet who's from Iowa is so proud of what's going on here tonight. And what happened here yesterday with the Little League game, it's just, that's what's made it special. On Aaron Judge. High fly ball. This ball is way out of here. 1-run game. Second of the night, 25 for the year for big number 99. Yankees on top, 8-7 here in the 9th. Anderson hits it in the air to right, back at the wall, and the White Sox win it.
8 home runs hit in this game. What was it like in the 9th inning when you guys came back?
Well, we never give up. We never give up. They scored 4 runs, but we never give up, and you see the result.
Now, when you got here today, did you tell yourself, man, I have got to hit a home run into the corn?
I just say I need to have good at-bats, because if I had good at-bats, homer can come.
Now, you grew up in the Dominican Republic. You played in some small towns in the minor leagues. What will you remember about this day?
Well, it was amazing, you know, because it looked like when you go play in the minor leagues a little bit, but this is the big leagues, you know, and it was fun. It was really fun.
Lloyd, thanks a lot. Congratulations. Now over to Tom Verducci with the hero.
Thanks, Kenny.